Hi, the SI meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Monday, October 1st, the beginning of a new week and the beginning of a new month. Quite a chilly start here in the Mid-Atlantic region with temperatures mainly in the upper 40s across much of southeastern Pennsylvania and northern Maryland, northern Virginia, maybe in the low 50s. Today will be rather seasonable, maybe a degree or two on the cool side of normal. Right now, high temperatures should reach around 72 degrees in Philadelphia, about 74 in D.C., and about 70 degrees near Central Park in New York City. The next couple of days, Tuesday and Wednesday, will be warmer than normal, more humid than today, with an occasional shower or thunderstorm, all thanks to Pacific moisture that actually had its origins with a couple of tropical storms out in the Pacific Ocean last week, Miriam and Norman, and all that moisture kind of gathered itself together and moved into the southern part of the U.S. with quite heavy rains across Texas, for example. That whole area of moisture is weakening somewhat as it heads towards the east. Nonetheless, we'll have a threat for showers and thunderstorms basically from late tonight through part of Wednesday, along with warmer and more humid conditions. Now, for the second half of the weekend, the big story will be a strong cold front that'll sweep across the nation and head into the eastern states by the weekend, and we'll have below normal temperatures here in the Mid-Atlantic region this weekend. And later on this week, there certainly can be some cold and snow in the northern plains and the central Rockies as that cold air sweeps across the nation. Well, let's take a look at the latest surface map. This is actually the surface map expected later on this afternoon, and here's that low pressure area associated with all that moisture that again had its origins out here over Baja California region and the tropical part of the Pacific. That moisture, tropical storms Miriam and Norman, really supplied a lot of moisture that headed to the east and dumped a lot of rain on Texas over the weekend, and all that moisture is weakening somewhat but moving now into the southeastern part of the U.S., and by tomorrow it'll move up towards the Mid-Atlantic region, and we'll have warmer and more humid conditions on Tuesday, along with the threat for an occasional shower and thunderstorm. And that'll last right into the day Wednesday when this weak cool front moves through later on Wednesday. All that'll do is we'll still be quite warm on Thursday and Friday, but a little less humid thanks to the passage of this frontal system. In fact, let's jump ahead 48 hours to Wednesday morning to see what the surface map may look like. And here's that weak front that'll come on through, and that'll end the precipitation threat sometime during the day on Wednesday in the Mid-Atlantic region, and it'll dry things out a tad for Thursday and Friday, but again, we'll still be quite warm with a little bit above normal temperatures for Thursday and Friday. Meanwhile, by the middle of the week, here's the big news story. This will be a strong cold front sweeping through the middle part of the country. And again, there can actually be some snow in parts of the central Rockies, even Denver, Colorado region. Can see some snow later on in the week. And in the weekend, there may be a second shot, even colder air moving into the Rockies. Meanwhile, the next day or two will be extremely warm over California. That's where the hottest weather is right now. And again, they'll have extreme heat today, maybe in the 90s in downtown Los Angeles, and possible record-breaking heat. It'll continue to be extremely warm tomorrow, but then we'll slowly wind down and get a little bit closer to normal as the week progresses. But by the middle of the week, this cold air mass will be the big story as it slowly moves across the country, reaching the East Coast by the weekend. Here's the latest infrared satellite loop from the SSEC Wisconsin website. Quite a spiral here, quite a low pressure area associated with that Pacific moisture, with a band of heavy showers and thunderstorms all the way down into the Gulf of Mexico. Notice this spin in the atmosphere over New England. This will continue the rather cool conditions for today to start the week over New England, and even again down into the Mid-Atlantic. We'll be at best seasonal this afternoon, maybe a degree or two below normal. But once this moisture moves in late tonight and tomorrow, it'll become not only warmer but as more humid as well, with that threat for an occasional shower and thunderstorm. Meanwhile, not a bad day at all today out in the central Rockies. Plenty of sunshine with high temperatures around 70, but lots of blazing sunshine and extreme heat for today across California. Downtown Los Angeles today, for example, could very well reach 90 degrees, and there could be some record-breaking heat on the West Coast. Well, probably the most important precipitation right now across the nation is occurring right here. This is the southeastern quadrant of the country, and here is the remnants of that Pacific moisture with that narrow band of strong showers and thunderstorms from the southeastern part of the U.S. into the Gulf of Mexico. All of this is advancing to the north and east, and anywhere from late tonight through tomorrow, there can be an occasional shower or thunderstorm in all the big cities along the I-95 corridor from D.C. up to New York City. That threat will continue on Wednesday as well, but then it'll dry out some on Thursday and Friday. We'll stay warm, but a little bit less humid before that strong cold front moves into the mid-Atlantic region by the weekend. Well, the last chart I want to show is from the Penn State eWall site. This is actually from the GFS Ensemble run, and it shows the temperature departure from normal by about the middle part of the weekend, and blues here represent below normal. This is again for the middle part of the weekend, and just look at this expansive below normal air mass all the way really from almost from coast to coast here, both from the east coast to the west coast and from the Canadian-U.S. border almost down to the U.S.-Mexico border. Quite a chilly air mass. Again, that'll be the big story nationwide for the middle of the week all the way through the weekend, as this new cold air mass sweeps across the nation, again following some seasonal to warmer than normal conditions here in the mid-Atlantic region for much of the week. But this cool air mass will reach the East Coast by the weekend. Well, that's it for now. For the SIweather.com, I'm Meteorologist